Hello and welcome to episode 11 of the Avonlea Knits podcast. I am here to bring you some knitting updates. But first I will start with what I'm wearing. It's so hard to capture in the video. This is a Mary Maxim sweater pattern with a skater on the back because I used to go skating with my mom and my brother when we were homeschooled, and so my grandma knit this for me. It's made out of acrylic and it still fits. The only addition that we made a few years ago was my mom crocheted a few extra inches on the sleeve because they were a little bit short. But yeah, it's acrylic. It has stood the test of time and it's perfect for this wintry day. Okay, I have an update about the Snowman. So my friend gave her class the Snowman. It arrived last Monday, and she went for the whole letter writing as well. So the Snowman has his own pimped out mailbox, just like this one. And I had made just a letter writing page on Canva just in case, but she had this notepad of Snowman paper and it fits perfectly in the mailbox. So the kids have been writing letters to the Snowman in French, and the Snowman has been writing back. And it has been so much fun. We are keeping up the charade, and the kids love it. So I had Monday, they all wrote letters on Monday, and 5 kids were away. And so after school on Monday, we went out to find some nice stationery. We thought the dollar store would have something, maybe kind of wintry. Nothing. So we bought colored index cards, and I went to Walmart and the other dollar store in town. They didn't have anything either. So we stuck with the colored index cards. But she had said, what about a white pen, a special white pen from the Snowman? So on Monday night, I ran out to Staples with less than half an hour to spare before closing. And I had seen a package of white ink pens a few weeks ago. And I went looking for them, couldn't find them, went and asked one of the employees, and she had said, oh, I just put those out today. And so went back to the clearance section, and we found the last package of white ink pens. So they were $10. We go to the checkout, it rings in at $4, and she says to the guy cashing me out, she says it's an additional 50% off. So they were $2 for a pack of 3 white ink pens. They are perfect. So I've been writing notes back. The next day, Tuesday, the 5 kids that were away wrote letters, and then they all got letters on Wednesday. I spent all evening writing letters in French, and then someone wrote an extra letter, I guess on Wednesday, and then got a letter back on Friday. So then someone else saw, so they wrote a letter. I'm just covering up the name. They wrote a letter, so they're gonna get a little message on Tuesday. So yeah, it's so much fun. My friend is like, if you need help, I can help you. But so far I've been doing well. It's also good practice for me writing in French. I started writing something and I thought it was too complicated from Google Translate, so I tried to write it myself, and she looks at it and she's like, what are you trying to say? And so I told her, and then we looked it up, and she's like, no, this is how you would say it. So that has been fun, and we've got there's a whole story. We've got an age, where he lives, what he likes, what he doesn't like, when his party is, because they go to, in the story, they go to a party with other snowmen and Santa. So I've got because kids were asking when is the party, what's your favorite color, your favorite season. So I've got I have details for this snowman. So it is going over really, really well. So that has been so much fun. And when the snowman leaves, something else will come for Easter. But I'm not ready to share that yet. That's like top secret. But it's going over really well, and like it's getting the kids to write. Because the one kid that wrote an extra letter to the snowman is like they have trouble writing and reading and stuff. So it was really big that they wrote a letter to the snowman. So it's going over very well. So that has been so much fun. I also, a while back, had shown the grade ones. I wasn't feeling very great that day, and the kids were really struggling to regulate. I had 2 grade 1 classes, and I had time. So when they were done their work, I was like, we are watching a movie, and I turned the lights out, and they all sat on the carpet, and we watched the snowman, and I emailed myself a picture of the snowman that I had knit, and I said, this is what I knit. It's the snowman from the movie. And I'm like, maybe it'll come in one day. So on Friday, now that the snowman is out, on Friday, I showed it to the grade ones, and we passed it around, and they liked it. So it has been very good. So something is coming for the spring. Thankfully, I've got time. Easter's late, so that might be a hint. Easter's late, I've got time, and I have a pattern and wool for the next item for the class. So that is going to be really fun. Okay, I think I said last time I was going to show my Peggy May Yarns Anne of Green Gables collection, because I got all of the yarn now. It took a really long time for the last package to come, but I have all of it. I did get with the last package, I got a little candle, I got pom-poms. These pom-poms are really awesome because they have a little elastic on them hidden in there somewhere. They're very Anne-ish colors, green and orange. These pom-poms are great because you can put them on a hat, and all you need to do with the crown of your hat on the inside is put a button, and then you would just very carefully like pull this elastic. I'd put it on like the end of a needle and then pop it through the top of the hat around the button, and then anytime you need to wash the hat, you just pop the elastic off the button, take off the pom-pom, and there you have it. So that was a little extra surprise along with a candle. Now these are in no particular order, so I don't really remember. This is the first one, and I had already caked it up. I do kind of regret that because I can't see them all lined up in twisted up hanks. But this is the first one. I've got them all in my little caddy here. Oh, this is Anne of Avonlea. So it's some deeper, richer tones. Anne of Windy Poplars. I'm trying to go in order of the books if I can remember. Anne of the Island. Looks very similar with more speckles to the first one. What's next? Anne's House of Dreams, and I think this one was a combo with a mini skein. Then we have Anne of Ingleside. I really love this one. And it got a little stitch marker. Rilla of Ingleside. And I think this one might be my favorite. Rainbow Valley. I know I just untwisted the bottom. So this is all of them with my cake. I don't know what to make with this. Like, I don't know if I should make a blanket and keep them all together or what. But like, I just could not resist this club. And looking over at my Anne shelf, I got books with all of them. So let me grab a book momentarily and show you. I totally dropped one. And show you what it looks like. Okay, so this is Rainbow Valley, and this is the skein that goes with it. So that was like all of the colorways were inspired by the different colors of the books. Let me do another one. This one is like really good. Anne's House of Dreams, like really captured the yellow of this particular cover. This was published by Puffin Classics. So all of the books are different. Like this one's from Seawolf Press. I've never used. It's like some of them. This one says printed in Great Britain by Amazon. Looks like it's from Seawolf Press. I think all of her books are, like all of the Anne series, are in the public domain, which is why they could be printed by Amazon. Because I think I've even, looking up quotes, have found like the entire books online. So that was my Anne club. And now I'm just keeping the wool for now because I don't really know what to do with it. I haven't really decided on a particular project to make with them. So I'm just kind of waiting. There's no rush. Yeah, I love like Rainbow Valley. Oh, like look at that deep, oh, look at that deep purple and like all of those rainbow speckles. I'm so excited to knit with it, but I don't know what to make. So I'm just leaving it for now. I've thought maybe a blanket. I've seen one blanket where you do like, it's squares, but they're split in half, like diagonally. So you do like a triangle of like a solid color that you keep consistent throughout, and then the other half is like whatever. I have this from a different yarn company, so I thought maybe that would go together for a blanket with like all the different colors, but I don't know. For now, I'm not really worried about it. It's just in my stash, and I'm not itching to knit with it right away, so I'm just keeping it. So that is that. Trying to think of like what else. Oh, I knit my two, I think I showed them last time because I just finished them. My Love Is All You Need cowls and some lip gloss holders. Sent those off to my friend and her toddler. They love them. Her toddler chose the purple one and loves that our favorite color is both purple, and she wears it all the time. And she tells everybody who made it. So that went over really well. And yeah, I haven't really been working on too much else except for my new little collection that I will talk about and give you a peek of the first pattern. So a while back, my friend had said to me, you should do some patterns inspired by winter in Muskoka. And I was like, well, I texted back and I was like a hat and mitts scarf set, or she was like, no, or your usual shawls. So that was where I sort of thought about it for like a week or so, and then I went looking for some type of pattern that looked like trees, and I found this. because I really do feel like this looks like trees. And I mean, I've even got a tree stitch marker. So I sort of ran with this, and then I thought, what about doing a collection of patterns like around the seasons in Muskoka? So that one will be for winter. And then I got this colorway, Loons on the Lake, at our Christmas knitting party, and I have started a little pattern here with it. It's super hard to tell, but got a little pattern going. And that'll be for summer. And then for spring, I went for a really big, now I'm trying to find the right side of this. I went for a really big shawl with Estelle Color Flow, and I was trying to do like a little textured stitch with this. I just wanted to experiment to see how texture would work with this wool that is blown into a tube. So it's not twisted like you see how the wool is kind of twisted with this, and this one it's not. It's just blown into a nylon tube. So I wanted to see how well it would take like just a slight texture. So this is mostly garter stitch with, as you can see, some purl stitches on the wrong, when you do the wrong side, you do some purl stitches, so it gives like a little elongated stocking stitch. And I think it turned out great. It's just like a kiss of texture. And I also love how the color went on this one. Like you start with a nice color fade, and then as your rows get bigger, you get like one row of each color, and then at the very end it's kind of like two colors in like a garter stitch row. So this pattern will be coming out. I've decided to release the patterns on the first day of each season. So this will come out on the first day of spring. The next one will come out on the first day of summer. I haven't figured out or had any ideas come through for a fall pattern yet, but I have time. And then this one, winter. And I clearly have a long time to work on this because it has not gotten any further. But once I finish this summer one, which I know is going to knit up super quick, I'll go back to the winter one. So I just have been chugging away at these. I just wrote up the pattern for this yesterday. So yeah, I think it turned out well. I think that I have discovered in my experimenting with this wool that it doesn't take knitting a texture very well, because I think what I did with this is perfect because you can only see the texture really up close, but there's a lot going on with the color, and I love that there's a lot going on with the color. But I think with what's going on with the color and the fact that it's wool blown into a tube, it doesn't take doing a textured stitch really well. It just takes stockinette or garter stitch really well. So yeah, and this, I love my gratitude shawl, which is knit out of Estelle Color Flow as well, because it's massive, but it's light as a feather, but also keeps you warm. So a couple summers ago, I guess 2023, when I went to my cousin's wedding, it was super cold. It was August, and it was really, really cold and rainy the day we left. So I was like bundled up in the car with this on. We went to an evening event outside, and I was bundled up with my shawl on, and I wasn't overheating. It was perfect. it looks like big and that it would be bulky, but it's so squishy and so soft. So yeah, I wear my gratitude shawl, stays on my coat tree at the door like all the time because it's the one I reach for. I just reach for it all the time. So I'm super happy with how this one turned out. And I think the color in my gratitude shawl, I don't think it really had, it's mostly blues and grays. I'll actually just go get it in a minute. So it didn't have really that much of a color gradation like this one does, but let me go get it so we can compare. I really feel like the grocery girls now, they leave and go grab something. But they do it live and I'm not doing it live. Okay, so this one had a little bit of the color in the middle, and then it was mostly just blues and grays. So it doesn't have the same color gradation as this one because this one has more colors. But, oh my goodness. But it's kind of similar. So yeah, I'm super happy with, oh my goodness, super happy with how this new pattern turned out, and I can't wait to see the rest of the collection and how it knits up. But I will go into more depth on the other patterns as I knit them, because this one's just a little baby for now. Just sort of sorted out the pattern last night and figured out, I was having trouble figuring out, like, I know what I'm doing and I can just keep going, but I was having trouble figuring out how I was going to write it to make it easy for the pattern repeats. And I've figured out that if I just knit a 4-row, it's like a 4-row repeat. So if I just knit a 4-row repeat, it's 2 different 4-row repeats. So if I just knit or write up the 1 4-row repeat and say repeat this so many times, then I write up the second 4-row repeat and say you repeat this so many times, then you just keep repeating those 2, that is going to be the easiest way to write the pattern. So that's what I'm going to go do after I'm done snow blowing my driveway. And I think that's it. I've also been plugging away at my cross stitch, and yeah, it's the family day long weekend. We had school closures on Thursday. It was really weird. We get an email Wednesday afternoon from the school board saying school's closed tomorrow because of the storm. Like, we were supposed to get like a really bad storm. So they closed schools so nobody could go in. So we had an unexpected day off. So I got some knitting done on Thursday, and then today church got canceled because we got more snow. Thursday we just had snow like Wednesday night to Thursday morning, and then Thursday was a beautiful day. The roads were clear. The Snowman gave the kids a Valentine on Friday, which was some blank cards and some Valentine's pencils so they could keep writing. So the Snowman had to go out shopping on Thursday, and the roads were fine, but today it's just snowing. It's not that bad, really. Compared to the other storms we had at the beginning of this winter, it's really not bad. So yeah, and now it's family day weekend, so we have tomorrow, Monday, off. So I have lots of time to knit and cross stitch and write up patterns. And that's what I am going to go do now. So I will see you in 2 weeks. And hopefully I will have some more updates, some more progress. And if you have any ideas on what I should make with my Anne of Green Gables collection of yarns, there's 8 skeins of yarn plus a little mini. Yes, 8. I should know that. There are 8 books in the series. So if you have any idea of what I should do, please let me know. because I'm really at a loss. Part of me wants to keep it all together in some form, but I don't have to use, like, I don't even know what project would require 8 skeins of yarn. A sweater doesn't even require 8 skeins of yarn for my size. It is fingering weight. So yeah, if you have any ideas of what I could make with that, let me know. And I'm gonna go snow blow my driveway and then keep knitting and pattern writing this afternoon. So I will see you in 2 weeks.